go with a secret advantage.
Oh!
We'll let him have it.
Tara sort of took it upon herself to punt the advantage.
Build a fire. Oh my god, that's terrible.
That's perfect.
You guys, what if this is part of the challenge?
Fire?
This is a fire making challenge. Those of you that got the reward have the instructions on how to properly light this fire. This challenge, you will be pairing up. 3 pairs are going to go out tied together and retrieve bags that are out at these stations. Okay, we'll show you those in a minute. Each pair is going to go out once, come back, and then go out again and come back. So you must bring back 1 package at a time. Once all of the items are back here, the remaining 2 people are then going to unpackage them and light a fire. The first person to light a fire that burns through this rope, tips the flag up, wins immunity. Okay.
Well, we can't build.
For immunity, first immunity challenge of the night. Are we ready?
Yes.
Survivors, go!
Smooth and efficient.
Malik heading back out for their 4th item. Basra heading back out. Sarah and Janet bring the 4th item back. Is that everything?
Go.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's
All 6 you may now start.
Come on, guys. Come on.
Basra came from behind, now has all their items. Malik now has all their items. Frantically ripping open their bags, trying to get this fire going. I hear people yelling to go with the big pieces first, small pieces first, flint, magnesium.
Is that what this is? The bag of powder?
Skills to light their fire. Communicating as a team. Try not to bump into it, guys. I know it's kind of hard.
Good job. Nice.
Basra on the verge of smothering theirs out.
Keep scratching.
Possibly opening the door for Malik to come back in.
Watch out, watch out.
Jared just striking away, trying to get this fire lit again. This is getting taller. Basra's fire now getting a little taller. It's now starting to burn the rope.
You got it. It's going. You're in.
It is starting to burn.
Right there.
They've got an ember. Can they get the flame?
It's sparking.
Malik has a flame. Basra is now moments away from possibly capturing this immunity challenge.
Come on.
Malik is starting to get fire. It is glowing.
Come on.
super happy that we won I could care less about the reward challenge, but obviously we worked well together and got that advantage, which I think it did have a little bit of a impact on the challenge, but getting past the first vote is obviously a milestone for anyone, so I'm very happy that we're past that, and it gives me more time to figure out what my game plan is. I did whisper to Janet during the challenge that, that I want to work with her in the game, basically, I said. And I'm really enjoying her company and just kind of planting little seeds with people. Billy approached me and said that he has my back and wants to work with me, so that felt good.
Talk to me, man. What's going on?
Okay.
How do you like the tribe? How do you like the challenges?
The tribe is fun. Hold on, can we go further back?
Yeah, sure.
I hope you're getting all of it.
All of it.
My goal in this game is to make lots of wild guesses and probably be wrong on all of them. That's not gonna happen. I thought the advantage was a bit. The tribe is fun. I wish the two girls that I want to work with would be less obvious about like walking all the way and talking to each other in front of everybody. Like, Chelsea, chill.
So, just had a conversation with Amy and Jared. So, I know I mentioned before that we early on decided that we wanted to be in an alliance together. And so we're just talking through who else we want to bring in. And we decided that Billy's a good person to start working with. We really like him. He's smart. He is good to work with and friendly. Like, we just sort of clicked early on. So I'm going to have a conversation with him to try and bring him in. The other thought for the fifth person, we're sort of going back and forth between Sarah and Steve. And it might take some of the attention off of the three of us. But ultimately, my goal is to try and continue to hold more of a leadership position within whoever the five ends up being. So I keep going forward to Amy and Jared with ideas of who else to bring in and why, and offering to talk to those people because I want to, behind the scenes, set myself up to be that person.
I really like the tribe. I think we really are really gelling. We just really have really good communication right now.
Fuck, what's her name? What is her name?
Who?
The other one, the one that isn't Sarah, or the two that aren't Sarah.
I really think that it's going really well.
I feel great. Since I got out of the car, it felt like I was like enthusiastic, high energy, and still that way. The great group of 8 folks. Really it appears there's no one much stronger than the other or dominating, and I think everybody appreciates it. Yeah, talking to both Billy and Jay.
Okay.
But it's very gentle. The challenge was great. My daughter, name's Tyler, is a big firebug, and I'm too, from camping and stuff. I was a kid growing up. I was always lighting fires. Started the field behind the house. The fire department came, that type of stuff.
Gosh.
So I felt real comfortable with that, but there was some pressure. But shows I'm really not very much of a game player. I didn't realize the position I was putting myself in by taking chances like that, but it worked out great.
There's a little annoying part where Steve, when we were planning, I could start fires, I'm a good fire starter, and then he was panicking. And we were just trying to whisper, okay, don't smother the fire. So that was disheartening, but luckily we came through.
Sure.
If we didn't, he would have probably been our vote.
I don't know. I just really like everyone right now. I haven't really picked anyone, you know, to like be a partner with or anything yet.
Sure.
Which I probably should. So I'm probably a little screwed.
Yeah, I don't really know. It's hard because with winning, I don't want to like segregate myself to go talk to people. I have a couple ideas of who I want to work with. Who is the girl you just had back here? Because I forget her name. I was kind of talking to her without talking to her because I don't want to like put a target on my back, which I kind of may have already a little bit, but just like speaking out in the challenges.
Okay.
But like I feel like I just can't keep my mouth shut. But I kind of told everybody, I'm like, listen, I'm gonna say things, and if you don't agree, that's fine, and you can tell me to shut up, and I can do that too. Steve asked me about working with him, with Billy, who I like Billy too, but I don't really trust Steve. And during the challenge, he was like not listening to anybody, and he like the first time they put the fire out, he like kept putting sticks, and me and Amy were like, stop putting wood, stop putting, and he just kept doing it, and I'm like, dude, just hold on a minute. Scouring the cabin and stuff for idols, but I don't think there's anything there. The reward challenge, when I had to run back quick, I saw something screwed to the tree, and I thought it was something, but it wasn't. It was a piece of metal screwed to the tree. So, but I had to check when nobody was paying attention.
Hey, hey, Mike.
Is that Mike?
That's me.
Who's me?
Mike.
Hey, Mike. I can't see you because of the.
Yeah.
Coming back from the challenge, I think Jillian and Tara threw out Taylor's name, but then Alyssa tried to flip it on Kurt. I don't really care. Like, I'll go for any of them. But I do seem to see a couple groups forming. Brett and Alyssa are really, really tight. That's obvious. And I want to keep both of them in the game as long as possible because that's like an alpha and a secondary. Chad seems like a good ride or die. I really trust him. He's funny, and which means he's going to be really social. And he's going to be kind of like that glue between a lot of alliances. Pumped about that.
I'm whispering only because I don't want the other tribe who's sitting right there to hear what I'm saying. I don't know how comfortable I feel with the names that are being thrown out. I'm hearing Taylor, I'm hearing Kurt, I'm hearing Tara. I don't want to do Taylor. Taylor is literally the person who I met at the very beginning, who I felt the closest connection to. And so I don't want to lose that because I feel like I can build and harness that throughout the game. The only thing that makes me nervous about Tara is, well, I guess it's two things. She's already mentioned her fibromyalgia, which we don't know what the challenges are going to be, how physical they're going to be. We don't know how much that could play in over the next 2 days because she says that she's on medication. And she has it with her, so it keeps it under bay. But that is always something that is a red flag and a nervous thing for us. But she's also kind of taken on this voice for our tribe and like taken on this like almost leadership role. And honestly, I think that is because of her upbringing on a farm. I know that personality. I grew up with that personality. So I know those people. I lived around them, lived with them. So I don't think it's her like trying to control the game. I think it's her just trying to get shit done because she lives on a farm.
No, I think we have decided, I think there is 7 of us that are deciding to vote out Kurt. And just for the pure fact of he really hasn't helped out, and it's not like meshing with our group personality-wise, so it's too early in the game to really be super strategic about it. So
They say I'm the weakest link because I'm old or something or fat, I don't know. But I think I got 4 with me. And if the 4 stays solid, we'll be okay. I can't see. Okay? Okay, bye. Bye.
Alright, so we just did the immunity challenge and we lost, unfortunately, but prior to that we actually already had somebody singled out, which was Tara. I mean, everybody's talking, but she was like super aggressive right after the challenge, so I think she's sort of feeling the heat. Plus, she's kind of been like the big outspoken person, like she's sort of dominating conversation. Nobody can really get a word in edgewise. A very nice person, but is like just
target on her back like the whole way. So I don't know why they're trying to make fire inside of a tin. Like, I wanted to like yell instructions at them, but I didn't want to be that guy. So I sort of like laid back and just let it happen, unfortunately. Just sort of, I didn't want to put a target on my back, but like, God, like, you try to make a fire for like 15 minutes the same exact way. Like, you got like switch it up or something. I don't know, but I don't know. It's got her in the, it's got her with the target on her back. So we'll see.
My tribe, my alliance that I wanted was Nick, Brett, Alyssa, and Taylor. So having one of them has a name thrown out I don't like. So I'm gonna just have to figure out which one of the other two, that is the names that are being thrown out of Kurt and Tara, who I'm voting.
Taylor, on the fence about her. She's young, she's made a couple mistakes already, so I think at some point I'm gonna have to cut her, but hey, she's a number at the time. Tara, I think she's a badass. Like, I want to work with her. We'll see if she makes it through this vote. If she does, I think there's a possibility of me going far with her. And I think this is part of my strategy. In the past, I've really found a core group and started leading everything, and that's never really what I wanted to do. I just kind of get pushed into this position. And this time I really wanted to take a step back, assess the landscape, see what groups are forming, where the power is shifting, and then I want to make sure that I'm talking to both groups. And just kind of like an octopus. You know, a lot of people say that they're a chameleon, right? But an octopus is smarter, faster, and they can do all the things that chameleons can do. But nobody ever expects them. That's what I'm going to play as.
Capture a spider and like let it outside in any of the parts of my house at 3 a.m. But an ant, you're fucking dead, man.
What do you see?
I think he's quoting him.
Camouflage.
Yeah, I mean, I got up early this morning, like crack of dawn. Could not find the idol because it's either me or one other person, but I'm pretty sure it's me. And they're playing a long con, but it is what it is. But I couldn't find an idol. And
Do you think anybody found it yet?
no, I don't. I don't think anybody's found it. Yeah, hardly anybody was looking. They were looking for wood.
Probably not where we want to be sitting first thing in the morning, huh? Sucks probably that you had to sleep on it too, I bet. Was there a lot of talking throughout the night, or did you guys kind of figure out what you wanted to do maybe last night? I don't know. Seen a couple nods, yes.
I heard Chad talking in his sleep.
Talking in his sleep?
I gave away the whole plan.
Did you give away the whole plan? Maybe he wasn't talking in his sleep. Maybe he was secretly trying to do that. So, I guess let's go back to the reward challenge. Tell me a little bit about some of the decision making on why you either took some of the things you did or didn't want some things. More specifically, say the reward this morning to go and shower with some luxury items. Obviously, that's a haul back to the bathroom. In this game, obviously, there can be things out there such as idols, rewards, all sorts of things mixed into the thing. I don't know if there was any thought of that.
I thought that you were trying to get three people aside so you could create some sort of drama in the game. We weren't going to buy into your bullshit.
And that's
So, you saw right through that. Pick two other people. Oh no, we're not going to do that. We'll take the coffee.
Kurt, that's a very valid point too, and it does put the three people on the spot, but it also, for those three people, now you've got others sitting behind that you have to worry about what those five are talking about, so that's also a little nerve-wracking. So is the risk worth it to go and take a shower without even knowing if there's an idol anywhere, which there may or may not have been anyways, and like you said, it could have been just a BS thing to make you think that. So that was mainly the general consensus was just no, we don't want to deal with that. It's too much right now.
It was.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say it was tough because we came in at a disadvantage, not having as much money, so we were sort of trying to flip or at least play defensive. So early on, it was just tough to bid because we were
on the downside.
Yeah.
So the budget really had more of a drive than anything.
We were trying to lot with that too, is that we were trying to get them to spend their money. So I would talk a little bit louder and say how much we were going to spend on something,
Okay.
and they could hear me. So
I noticed, I did see that happening. So that
Yeah.
was part of your plan then?
Yeah.
That wasn't just you talking?
our plan. We already established like we don't want that. We're not going to do it. I'm like, we're going to bid $20 on that, so just to get them to spend their money. So because we knew we had a little less than they did, so
Okay.
we wanted to. And at the end, it did happen that we had quite a bit more than they did.
More than they did, so
Yeah.
that worked out. So that's a great play. Good job. Okay. I guess we'll kind of fast forward then to obviously the fire making challenge. Was there a discussion that happened about who was taking each role about the fire making? Was there people more confident in that than others, or was anybody just like, I don't know, we'll figure it out?
Well, I was gonna say, well, Tara and Jillian like literally just made the fire at our camp like right beforehand, so it only made sense that they would do it.
Okay.
And then beyond that, we just decided the rest of us would just be runners.
Okay. Okay. So has anybody had experience with the flint sticks before? or-
I have,
You
yeah.
have. Okay.
I do now.
You do now.
Yeah,
You
I'm
were-
ready for next time.
You were striking that thing like crazy. I
Yeah.
thought for sure that you guys were going to spark up a fire at that. Just at the end there, when they really started to build theirs up, I saw yours. It looked like the tip of a lighter has started to go a little bit.
Mhm.
And I thought, the amount that you had built up could have really gone up quick. And depending on the wind and everything, it doesn't take much for that rope to go. Their fire was blowing past the rope, and they kept telling them to push it over, but nobody wanted to take it and shift the fire because they were worried it was going to collapse down. So it did go out a couple times. So you guys had a couple of opportunities. That advantage, do you look back on that advantage that was in the reward challenge now and wish you had that, or would that not have made a difference for you?
Nah, I mean, we're all gonna end up here in a tribal council at some time, I'm sure.
It's a perfect point.
It's
Right.
whatever, and now we know that what their advantage was. Like, it's not lingering out there. So
It was exposed right off the bat.
Yeah.
So. Right.
After this, the only advantage they have is they're one up on us. But
That's
other
a
than
great
that,
mindset.
Yeah.
That's it. They're one up on you. And that means nothing when you do challenges because they're probably going to have to sit somebody out. So what does that give them? Right? You guys are still in this, and don't lose any sort of faith in the game because you guys have got this. So let's start talking about a little bit of life at camp. What's that like? Are we working hard? Are we breaking away and trying to do little conversations? Is things like that going on?
I think so. I think we're all just trying to get to know each other's personalities.
Right, it's early
a
on
lot,
still.
And just trying to find our groove.
Sure, which this is the footprint to the rest of the game.
Mhm.
So you want to make your relationships now and establish them because you never know where things are going to go in the future. Does anybody feel left out? Like they haven't been included in any sort of conversations? Either last, Kurt, were you nodding your head yes?
No.
Oh.
He was like,
Look, he was looking down.
I was acknowledging the questions.
Or were you falling asleep?
Well, no, you could, if you're observing, you could see packets of 2 people and 3 people going off and doing this and doing that, and sometimes it's a telltale sign when people aren't looking you in the face.
Okay.
It's like this morning, I could tell some people weren't looking me in the eyes, so I'm like, uh-oh.
Okay.
Maybe I'm reading into it too much, but
that's what you have to do.
Yeah.
You have to run these things.
Paranoia starts to set in, especially when
Yeah.
you sit there overnight trying to figure out what you're going to do,
Yeah.
and you wake up and you may still not know which way to go.
Okay. Does everybody know which way to go right now? Does anybody have anything to get off their chest or their shoulders that they feel is important before we vote? Does everybody want to vote?
I want to vote since last night.
I want to get this over with.
Didn't want to think about this.
Tara, this was because you sort of ostracized yourself from the group went to bed early last night. You took it upon yourself to sort of punt the advantage last night and just didn't really play the best day one game. Sorry.
Am I supposed to show you?
You could say a little something too if you want, or not, and then just fold it and put it.
Meshing with the personalities in our group.
Alright, so I'm either going to see 3 votes for me, 4, 5, 6, or 7. Sure hope it's 3. Hope you don't have an idol.
I'm sorry. I feel really bad, but this is literally because for some reason you wanted to stop bidding on the advantage, and I don't think the rest of the tribe was on the same page as that. And I think that definitely was a reason why we lost that challenge, so I'm sorry. I feel like we all gotta be on the same page with that type of stuff.
I heard she was trying to vote now, so I don't think I'm gonna make her. Sorry.
First vote of the game. Any idols anywhere? Gotta check, you know. This kills me to write this name down. I really wanted to work with you, and there's just somebody was after you, and I couldn't sway it. Really sorry.
As far as I know, the plan did not change overnight. I've not heard this morning, so don't like you're not hearing new things. This is the name that the majority was saying last night. Thinking it's the name. Find out.
Was the time to do so. Once I read the first vote, you may not play it. Are we ready? I'll read the votes. First vote, Tara. Next vote, Kurt. Next vote, Tara. It's 2 Tara, 1 Kurt. Next vote, Tara. That's 3 Tara, 1 Kurt. Next vote, Tara. That's 4 Tara, 1 Kurt. Next vote, and first person voted out,
Wow.
Tara. That's more than enough votes. Tara, your tribe has spoken. You want to bring me your torch?
Sure.
Coffee time. Your game is over.
Thank you.
We head down the path.
With this?
Yes.
All right. Good luck, guys.
I have no idea, honestly. That was a big twist because everybody was going to vote Kurt, and I guess I was the blind side. So it is what it is. It's okay. I had fun. It was okay. We're good to go.